that Ghana, we are blessed with talent at every level. But a worrying trend which has been going for certainly for the Fourth Republic has been that getting close to elections, officials at all levels are intimidation. Because it doesn't matter your merit. It doesn't matter how well you are performing. A new group comes to office and they dismiss everybody else with no regard at all for their performance. That's why I gave that crucial example of the Ethiopian Airways.
That's right.
Okay. When I relocated to South Africa in 2003, I saw South African Airways, and it was. And of course, I also saw the deterioration. And because everything was politicized. I was on the board of Transnet, okay, which is Africa's biggest logistics company. I was put there by Thabo Mbeki, the president. And I understood the reason for empowerment. But when vacancies came up, we were told, given specific instructions, not to necessarily go for people who were experienced, has had the exposure and all that, but for party and all of that. Wow. So I've seen all of that across the continent. Okay. And I must say that it's been a little bit more pronounced here.
Is that not a worrying trend? Because now a party comes into power and then they'll put, because you're a party person,
I'm sorry,
they don't look at your professional background. So you get worried with that.
It is a disturbing trend, and if that is not reversed, I'm afraid that this country would suffer in terms of its development. Because if for nothing, just think about it. Even the institutional memory alone,
that's right,
that you lose when you fire somebody. And when we talk about empathy as a leader, okay, a leader who is empathetic has the ability to attract and retain the best. Because people can relate to you. People know that when they are in pain, they can come to you. You would see their worldview, particularly for the underprivileged. But if you are not empathetic and you just sack everybody, or whatever, I mean, what are you doing to us? What are you doing to us as a nation?
That's interesting to know, because now a lot of professionals don't want to get into politics, because even if they do, they'll say, oh, I'm there for 8 years, because the next government, when they come...
That is a tragedy. That's the point I'm trying to make. People are worried. People are making choices, not necessarily choices which will help the country long term. I mean, I played golf with a young man who studied a particular profession, and I asked him, why that profession? And he said that's the surest and fastest way to get to the top in politics.
Wow.
I won't talk about the profession. I'm sure.
Interesting.
It was worrying. I mean, all I'm saying is that let's create an enabling environment, correct, which will let everybody feel that for as long as you are performing, that is that you have integrity, you have credibility, all of those things, values that we all cherish. You are comfortable in your seat. I mean, what do you think? Somebody gets appointed, there's an application, he applies, he's appointed to his position, and he has to look at a 4-year window, because he doesn't know what will happen to him after 4 years. Right. You can't develop a nation.
That's why then people become corrupt, because they know they are not going the long haul, so they cut corners.
That's what I'm saying. So if you look at the state organizations, the same. I mean, you get put in a state organization and you have a 4-year horizon. It is wrong. I mean, if in the corporate world, ours to some extent is interesting, because you are judged on your last quarter.
That's right.
Every quarter, how did you perform? In politics, certainly by our constitution, you are judged after in fact, not 4 years, after 2 years, because after 2 years, the campaign starts.